Nero is a machine learning game implemented in the Open Nero environment, and it allows you to explore different learning algorithms in a fun multi-agent setting, like a little video game. Now there are two modes. The training mode is what you use first to train your team, and then you enter your team into battle where you can compete with other teams. So let's look at the training mode first. And this is an environment we have in Nero as an initial training and testing environment. And you start by maybe placing a target for your team, such as a basic turret, which is an enemy agent, and gives them a target. And then you go to this menu window, which is here, and you deploy a team. There are two methods that we support currently. There's an evolutionary method called RT-NEAT and Q-learning, reinforcement learning method. So let's just deploy a team of Q-learning agents. And that's where they appear on the field. And we also give them something to do. We give them a goal. They should approach the enemy and perhaps also hit it with their fire. And then we can go and see how well they are doing. So let's zoom in a little bit. You can move in this environment using the keyboard controls like this and turn and see what's happening. These are typical RT-NEAT agents. They are currently exploring their Q-learning or Q-tables and mostly perform these local actions while they're doing so. And over time they'll learn to approach the agent and hit it. Well, we also have the other method, the RT-NEAT method. And we can, for a change, deploy a team of RT-NEAT agents. And here they appear now. They behave a little differently. They tend to be a little bit more continuous, so it's easy to see which method is which. And over time, these agents will learn to approach the enemy and hit it with their fire. It will take a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so. And we can also save a team that we have created and load it later. And actually I have a team that exists before that's been trained to go to the enemy. So let's load it and see how well it performs. And as you see right from the get-go, a lot of these agents know what they're doing. They actually approach the enemy and very quickly surround it. And this is like the first step in training. The real interesting challenge in Nero is to figure out what skills are needed to put together a good team that would do well in battle. And therefore you have to think about what are the more basic skills and what are the more advanced skills that would build on them. And maybe also put together a team from several different personalities. Those that are defensive, those that are attackers, maybe snipers and so on. And this way you can train your team to have different skills and then compose them, the team piecemeal fashion from different agents. These files, the population files, are simply text files, so you can look at them. Here's, for instance, the team that we are now looking at. It's just simply defining neural networks in terms of genomes, so you can cut and paste and create a team from several different training sessions this way. Now, to make this more fun, you can also add other objects. You can add multiple turrets, multiple enemies, and you can also add obstacles such as walls here, and you can go and change their appearance, scale them, make them larger perhaps, like this, and they become obstacles that agents have to navigate. Now, this team in particular hasn't seen a wall before, so they do get around it and walk straight to the turret as well, but they're not very effective in it. I have another population that I've trained earlier to go around the wall, and we can load it at this point. It is this one here, and now this team should have a lot less trouble with the wall, and as you see, a lot of them actually go straight around it. They sense the wall, they see it, they don't really get that much stuck, and they actually go to the agent directly. This particular team was also trained, or evolved in this case, to avoid each other, not stick together. but actually avoid each other, and therefore they don't really want to get all very close to the enemy. They disperse a little bit, and that might be a useful skill to have in battle as well. So indeed, there are many different personalities your team can have, and I recommend that you try them out and see how well they work. Okay, and there are also some displays that you can use to see what's happening. You press the function button F2, and you're able to see the lifetime of these individuals. They stay in the field for 1,000 time steps. By default, you can change it. You can see their hit points. You can see their identifying number. It tells you how late in evolution they were discovered. You can see the species in which they belong in RT need. And also you can sometimes see the champion, like the current best individual. And when you're happy with your team, you can go ahead and save it. And here we just do that really quickly. Let's call this test 4 and save. And I guess we're happy at this point, so we'll exit the training mode and we'll go to the battle mode. And this is where we can test how well our training plays out. And here's a little menu as well. You can load a blue team. Let's just make the blue team perhaps test number 2. And then we can load the red team. And let's make that the team that we just saved. And load it up. And this team appears on the other side of the wall over here. And we can change the hit points. Hit points mean how much damage each team can take before the team member dies and is expelled from the field. And this way the battle runs until one of the teams is completely eliminated. Or we can set a time bound for it. And as you see, these teams shoot rays at each other when they hit the wall. And they are green. Otherwise, the red team sends red rays, and the blue team sends blue rays when they hit the enemy. And their first job is to go around the wall and engage the enemy. And let's now skip ahead a little bit and see what happens later in the game. And here, a little bit later in the game, you see here on top of the display that blue is sustaining a lot more damage. The red has been more successful in navigating the wall and moving on to the other side, and there they are taking shots at the blue agents who are more or less lined up at the wall. And this way they are gradually winning, and eventually they will annihilate the opponent, and victory is theirs. So that's how you play the game of Nero. That's how you train the agents. That's how you test them in a battle. And I hope you have some fun and learn a lot about machine learning in the process.